All right, for the slow Vinyasa class, we're going to take this a little bit extra into the hips today. So you definitely feel this through the inner thighs, probably through the hamstrings quite a bit as well. So to get this started, let's start this on our backs. And we're going to take this to what I want you to think of as an inverted child's pose position. So go ahead, bring yourself all the way down, pull your knees in toward your chest. And with your legs fully folded, bring the knees out wide past your ribs. And let the big toes point toward each other, maybe they touch. Pull down as much as you can. And as you're squeezing down toward the floor, really just keep as much tension as you can. Try to flatten your spine, let your hips open up a little bit, and maybe feel a little bit of stretching around the hip joints. And then just relax the tension, but keep the hands where they are and keep the knees in this basic position. Now keep your hands active just enough that they stay in place, but let your arms relax, otherwise let your shoulders sink down. And work to relax around the hips as best you can to let the knees settle toward the floor just from the weight of the hands. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in like this. Let your mind quiet down. And then start to deepen your breathing here when you're ready. So with your inhales, draw in as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs and hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat, so slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work here to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. Now when you're ready, here, take a deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just open your eyes. And now keep the legs as they are, and we'll just move for the arms here and take things slow. So with your next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And then with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. Now with the exhale this time, reach forward between your knees and curl up as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. And we'll go back and forth here. Inhale, roll this out. Exhale, curl this forward again. Inhale, roll this out long. And then with the exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll this out long. Exhale, curl forward like this one more time. Inhale, roll this out long. And now this time, keep the arms past your head and just bring the arms down to the floor. So go ahead and bend the elbows a little bit. Keep your shoulders down and press down to the backs of the hands. And then squeeze your knees toward each other. We'll twist this side to side a little bit here. So go ahead, bring your knees over to the right, not quite all the way. And then bring the knees through center to the left side. Back through center, bring the knees to the right again. And then through center, bring your knees down over to the left. And then bring it back through center here. Let your knees sink to the right and just hold. Now keep both shoulders down. Keep the right leg off the floor. And if you want to take it further, bring the left arm down to your side. And maybe extend that left leg further right. Going to be a lot of tension here. So just hold the twist and keep the left shoulder on the floor. All right, if you brought the left hand down, bring it past your head. Bring your knees through center to the right side and let your legs sink down. Keep the left leg off the floor. Maybe bring the right arm to your side. And maybe extend that right leg further left. And then from here, just come back to center. Arms still past your head. Bring the knees in close. And just keep that bend in the elbows with your shoulders down. Extend both legs up toward the ceiling as straight as you can. Now, if you need to bend the knees, that's fine. Just keep the ankles stacked over your hips. Keep the belly pulled in. Keep your low back on the floor. Point your toes up toward the ceiling as best you can. And then from here, just start to flutter kick your legs forward and back, not too far. So try to keep your knees locked, try to keep your legs as straight as possible as you move. You're only going forward and back within about a 2 or maybe 3 foot range. Belly pulled in, low back down. If you can, start to speed this up a little bit. And basically, we're just starting to generate some heat. So keep your core engaged, keep the low back on the floor, and just feel this right at your hip joints in particular. Now, as you move here, look at your legs and see if they stay in line. So you got a little bit of tension on the inner thighs here, so that the legs stay within the same vertical plane rather than going out to the sides. And then slow this down and bring the legs back together, still vertical. Now, from here, still reach through the toes, and then start to scissor your legs side to side. And again here, keep this within a relatively tight range, so not really moving back and forth any further than about 2 or 3 feet. Belly pulled in, low back still down. You can always bring your knees closer to your chest to be sure your low back stays on the floor. Try to speed this up a little bit as well, and just keep your legs moving, keep your toes pointing, keep breathing. And again, just take this at your own pace here. And then just go ahead and bring this back into center. Now bring your knees to your chest, your hands to your knees, and squeeze down for a moment. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, bring your feet to the floor. And then stretch your arms long past your head again and keep the arms reaching. Now this time, straighten your arms as much as you can. Shoulders down, backs of the hands down. Press your fingertips toward the floor. And see the feet and knees are about hips-width distance apart. Bring the heels in close. You can start with your low back pretty flat. And we're going to take this into a variation of a bridge pose from here. So when you're ready, just keep looking up. And then with an inhale, pressing your feet, bring your hips up high. Exhale, roll your spine back down. Inhale, lift your hips up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, lift this up again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, roll back down. Now inhale, lift one more time and hold here. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifting, take the weight to your shoulders. And if you can take it further, dig down into your heels and maybe lift your toes up off the floor. Keep the hips lifting and keep breathing with this. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, just roll this back down. And just take a moment to breathe, maybe move your legs a little bit side to side. Now we're going to bring it back up again for another round. So again, feet and knees about hips-width distance apart. Keep the heels close. And then when you're ready, with an inhale, pressing your feet, bring your hips up high and stay lifted here. Now keep digging down to the heels. Keep your glutes squeezing. So the arms are past your head. We're just going to move the arms from here. So I want you to hold your hips high. So take an inhale, stretching your fingertips. And then with the exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long past your head. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach this out long. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach this out long. And then with the exhale, bring the arms down to your sides and keep them down here. Press the palms under the floor. Bring your hips up higher still. Squeeze your glutes. If you can take it further, come up onto the toes and lift your heels up off the floor. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, roll this back down. Once you come down, bring your knees back to your chest. Hands to your knees. Squeeze in again. And then release your grip. Bring your left foot to the floor and extend the right leg straight up. Now I'll work this toward a little bit of twisting here. Try to keep your right leg straight. And again, you can bend your knee if you need to. Just keep the ankle stacked over the hip. Sole the foot faces the ceiling. Now lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach up through both arms. And work this as a twist. So you're reaching from the shoulders rather than just the hands. On my count, starting with the right hand here. 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. And then bring everything down. Now when you're ready, take it on the other side. Right foot to the floor, extend your left leg up high. Now again, straighten the leg as best you can. You can always bend the knee, but keep the ankle stacked over the hip. Sole the foot faces the ceiling. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, reach high through both arms here. And let's take this side to side, starting with the left hand this time. So 10, 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1, and then release. Come back down. Now when you're ready, bring your knees back into your chest, hands to knees, squeeze in tight, and then curl up into this. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, bring your nose close to your knees. And then when you're ready, use the shape. Cross at the ankles, roll forward to a seat, come further to your hands and find all fours. And then once you take all fours, just take a moment here, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let your shoulders and hips move side to side and just feel things out. Maybe shake a little bit, maybe twist, but notice where you're loose, where you're tight, where things seem to be working okay, or anything that grabs your attention here. And then just bring this into center in all fours. Now wrists underneath the shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Look down at your hands. Now keep the palms facing down and one by one rotate your hands. Fingertips to the sides and then point in toward your knees as far as you can go. And do that with both hands. Set your palms flat, spread your fingers wide, dig your fingertips down, press your spine up toward the ceiling. And just feel that stretch, let it move through the wrists and up into the forearms. Now if you want to take things a little bit further here, just a little bit of movement, then just put the weight to the left leg and cross the right leg behind the left for a moment. And then come back to both knees, back to center. Left leg crosses behind the right. And then come back to center. Right leg crosses behind the left again. Back to center here. And then bring the left knee past your right leg. And come back to center. Take one more round. Bring your right knee past the left leg again. And then come back to center. Bring the left knee past the right leg again. And then back to center here. And then come up onto the fingertips and bring the hands in a little bit closer to your knees. Maybe about 2 hands lengths. Now flip your hands over, backs of the hands down, palms facing up, fingertips point in toward you. Now flatten your hands, spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down into the floor, and just keep that activation through the hands. Let it stretch through the wrists and work its way up into the forearms. Now from here, keep your spine lifted, shoulder blades spread apart, and let's take this back and forth. Flip the right hand over, palm down, the fingertips still point toward you. Flip the left hand over as well, and then just keep on switching one hand at a time. Now as you take it back and forth, just move at your own pace, but each time set your hands as flat as you can, spread the fingers out wide, and try to straighten your arm at least briefly each time you switch. And then the next time you end up with both palms facing up, just hold that stretch. Fingers spread wide, palms open. And if you want to take this further, maybe lean the shoulders forward a little bit, maybe bend the elbows in toward you. And maybe sink down a little bit here. Now, it's not going to take much of a bend to feel a much greater stretch, so you don't have to force this by any means. Still keep the fingertips pressing down, and you can always just hold straight arms. And then go ahead and bring this up. Come up onto the fingertips. Come down to sitting on your heels. And then just take a moment, shake your hands out, loosen up your fingers, loosen up your wrists. Now, when you're ready, come back into all fours. And then from all fours, we're going to take this into a little bit of a push-up variation here. Now, you don't have to make this too hardcore, but the thing I want you to pay attention to is that you're bringing your shoulders forward and bringing your weight forward. That's what's going to cause this to be stressful. Don't worry about going down too low, but be sure your elbows pull in toward your sides rather than just going out to the sides. So go ahead, in all fours, walk this to the front of the mat. And you want to position this so that your eyes are directly above the front edge of the mat. And they're going to stay like this as you go down and up. Now, from here, from all fours, just keep your hips stacked over your knees, bring your hands out wider than the shoulders, and rotate your fingers out to the sides right and left. Now, walk the hands back a little bit toward the back of the mat so the shoulders come forward. You're going to start with your arms diagonal, and the further back you go, the harder this is going to be. So you don't have to take this too far, keep in mind. Now, we're going to do this slow. I'm going to lower on a 5 count and press back up on a 5 count. So just go to the depth that works for you here. If you've gone too far, just pause. So again, just look straight down. Grip the floor with your fingers, and start with the shoulders forward. Now, just going straight down. Go ahead, bend the elbows and pull them into your sides. Sink down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just pause where you are, and then press back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if that's too difficult, bring the hands further forward. If you want to make it harder, you can walk your hands further back. But again, eyes just above that front edge. Bring it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. And then press back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Take it slow and keep your body tense. Come back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Pull your elbows in. And then press back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, bring it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Pull your elbows into your sides. And then press back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to do it one more time. Keep gripping the floor with your fingers and bring it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Keep the elbows pulled into your sides. And then bring it back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And just relax for a moment. Move your hands a little bit. And we'll do one more thing to warm up the hips. So from all fours, let's take this lopsided. So I want you to bring your right forearm down to the mat, but stay in your left hand. Now the right elbow stays to the side. Bring your right hand to center, so that's forearms diagonal. Slide your left hand back and stack the elbow directly over the wrist. Keep that elbow pulled into your side. Now just look down, keep your chest facing the floor. Put your weight to the right knee and hover the left. Keep your left knee bent. Now, left knee out to the side as high as you can lift. And then fold that leg back in. Left knee to the side, lift it up high. Fold the leg back in. One more time, left knee to the side, high as you can lift. Now keep it lifted, keep your toes pointed left, and keep the left elbow pulling in. With an inhale, extend your left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, bring it in close. Inhale the left leg back again. Exhale, knee to left shoulder. Inhale the left leg back. Now exhale, knee to left shoulder one more time, and set that left leg on your left arm. Now with the left leg on your arm, try to square your chest further toward the floor, and maybe start to extend the left leg a little bit over the arm, pressing down. And you're definitely going to feel it on the inner thigh. When you're ready, just release that. Come back to all fours. Now I'll just turn around for the camera here. We're going to do this on the other side. So when you're ready, come down onto your left forearm, but stay on your right hand. Left elbow to the side. Bring your left hand to center. That forearm's diagonal. Slide the right hand back and stack the elbow directly over the wrist. Keep that elbow pulled in. Now just look down, put the weight to your left knee. Hover the right and keep your right knee bent. And then right knee to the side. Bring it up high as you can. And then fold the right leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Fold the leg back in. Right knee to the side, high as you can lift. Now keep it lifted, keep the toes pointed right, and keep that right elbow pulled in. With an inhale, extend the right leg back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder, pull it in close. Inhale the right leg back again. Exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, knee to right shoulder one more time. Now set that right leg on your arm and press down. Try to square your chest toward the floor. Now maybe this is enough. If you want to take it further, see about extending the right leg over the arm. And then go release. Then come back to all fours. Now from all fours, just take a moment here to breathe, move around. And let's go ahead and bring this into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips. And once you bring your hips up high, take a moment here, paddle out. Let your hips move side to side. Now as you set this position up, just see if the hands are about shoulder width distance apart, and work to flatten your hands. You want to feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs. Sink your chest low. Now even as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high as you can toward the ceiling. And if your hamstrings are tight, you can always keep it bent in the knees, keep in mind. And you can always just stay loose and pedal this out. Let your hips move side to side. Now when you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step to the front of the mat. We'll take a Ragdoll Fold. So feet about hips width distance apart. Deep bend in your knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang. Let your spine round. And let everything go long and loose here. Let the muscles in your neck relax. You can hang your hands down to the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like. And maybe shake side to side to loosen further.
And then when you're ready here, just release any grip that you have. Keep your knees bent to start, and then slowly roll this up to standing. So restack your spine, bring your head up last, and then just open up your palms at your sides. Now when you're ready here, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Now take a moment to breathe, set an intention. Let your mind clear, find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with your next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. Hinge at the hips. Start with a straight spine. Put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged. Move smoothly. And then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway. Fingertips to the floor or to your shins. Lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And then with the exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Let's step this back to high plank. Now find your shape here. Rotate the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. And press your spine up toward the ceiling. Try to keep your spine lifted like this. Now keep your core engaged. Hold your hips in line with the shoulders and heels as best you can. And then when you're ready here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just set your knees down. Now shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, pull this forward. Straighten your arms. Upward dog. So come to the tops of your feet. Kick into the floor to lift your knees. Squeeze your glutes. That'll help take any strain out of your low back. And try to pull the hips forward. Now take an inhale here. With the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up high. And just come back to down dog. And we'll take that version of a sun salutation. So from here, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees. Look forward and then step to the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Now inhale to standing. Reach your arms up high. With the exhale, fold all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And then with the exhale, hands to the mat, step it back to high plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Now shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With an inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly in. Bring your hips up high to down dog. 2 more times, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to standing, reach your arms high. And then with the exhale, fold it back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. With the exhale, hands to the floor, step it back to high plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bring your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. Now with an inhale, pull this forward, straighten your arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in, bring your hips up high, back to down dog. 1 more time, take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward and step to the front. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. And then with the exhale, fold it back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, step it back to high plank. Take an inhale. With the exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten the arms, upward dog. Exhale, draw your belly in, and bring your hips up high to down dog again. And paddle out for a moment here. Now from your down dog, lift your right leg. And then bend your right knee, hang your right foot left. Bring this into a scorpion dog for a moment. Let your body twist. With your next inhale, straighten the right leg, 3-legged dog. And then with the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to right elbow. And then set the right foot down halfway down the mat and step your left foot forward between your hands. Now I'm going to take this to a standing split version here. Now the left foot's going to be your base. Bend deep in the left knee, belly touches your thigh. And bring the right knee to your chest. So we're going to take this into a crouch first. Now look toward the back of the mat. Crown of the head points toward the floor. Right big toe points toward the ceiling. And we're going to bring this up as straight as possible. So with an inhale, extend that right leg straight up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in again. Inhale the right leg high. Now keep it lifted. And just breathe here for a moment. You can keep as much of a bend in that left knee if you need to. Try to keep your belly touching your left thigh. And then curl this back in again. Now, with your right hand, actually lean onto your left hand and then reach with the right. So take hold of your right foot, and then kick into the right hand, pull with the right hand, and maybe knee lifts up a little bit. Try to get toward vertical as much as you can. You're going to start opening to the side. And then release, both hands down, right foot down between your hands. You're going to switch feet. So bend the right knee, but pull the left knee up to your chest, around your spine. When you're ready, and take this slow, take hold of your left knee, and let's bring this all the way up to standing. You can also step this down and just bring the left knee up high, whatever works best. Now dig into the right big toe, bring your gaze forward. And then to take this further, left hand to your left hip. Now with your right hand, just take hold of the left knee, pull it up high, and this is good enough right here. Now if you can take things a little bit further, just open up the right palm on top of your left knee. And then just move the left leg, nothing else. Dip the big toe to the floor, and then pull the knee up. Again, big toe down, pull the knee up high. Big toe down one more time. Pull your knee up high, just take hold of the left knee, try to bring it up higher and pull it in closer. And then slowly, both hands to your hips, bend your right knee, and then start to hinge from the right hip, extend your left leg straight back. We're going toward a warrior three. Try to keep your hips squared and keep your body in line. Now maybe you're more upright, maybe you hinge down further toward parallel. But when you're ready, bring both hands down and step the left foot down behind you. Come into low lunge. Now we're going to take this down lower. Left knee down, left foot flat behind. Sink your hips down, press them forward. And we'll take this up into Anjaneyasana. When you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high and open this up. Now gaze up high, stretch your arms out long, sink your hips down low, and feel all that length on your left side from the left knee through to the shoulders. And just breathe here. Now to take this a little bit further, keep your gaze high to start, and then reach your hands over to your right side, look down, and reach that right hand down to the floor. And keep that left arm pulling your left hip forward and reaching over to the right. And just breathe with us here. Now with your next inhale, reach the arms up high, look forward. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down inside the right foot. Now press in your palms, and then just move the hips back and forward. And just loosening up the hips and getting inside that right inner thigh. And then just bring this forward. So you're stacking the left hip, stacking your left hip over your left knee more or less. Keep your hands set where they are, and just move from your right leg. So pull the right knee toward the shoulder, and then extend the right leg as far back as you can. Go ahead and stack the right hip above the left, and then bring the knee forward toward the right shoulder. Extend that right leg as far back as you can go again, and then bring the knee to the right shoulder. Again, right leg goes as far back as you can. Bring the knee to the right shoulder, and then set the right foot down outside the right hand. Now we're going to take this toward a half split. Hips are still stacked over your left knee. Walk that right foot forward, and then when you're ready, press into the heel, lift the toes toward the ceiling, pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And maybe this is already enough of a stretch. We're taking this toward a half split. Now feel the stretch on the back of the right leg. This could be plenty. Now if you want to take this even further, bring the right arm behind your back, palm face away, pull the right shoulder back. You can slide that right foot further out, but press into the right heel, keep pulling the hip back toward you. And just breathe with this. All right, take an inhale here. And then with the exhale, just bring both hands down inside that right foot. Now slide the right foot back and bring that foot behind the right wrist. Step your left foot forward behind your left wrist. And we're just going to take this into the crow setup real quick. So palms down, hands are shoulder width, grip the floor. Lift your heels, bring the knees to touch your arms. Now look forward, lean forward, just take things slow. The setup for crow is plenty. So just lean to the edge of balancing and keep gripping the floor with your fingers. Now if you just want to play with this a little bit more, lift your right foot and then set the toes down and lift your left foot and set the toes down. If you want to go further still, you can lean forward till the feet lift, or this might be enough. And then when you're ready, just take it through your vinyasa. Go ahead, step your feet back to plank. And then shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. And then pull this forward. Straighten your arms, upward dog. Draw your belly in. Hips are patted down, dog. Paddle out here. Let's take that to the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high. Now bend your left knee and lift your left hip above the right. Open to a scorpion dog as best you can. With your next inhale, straighten the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring this forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. And then exhale forward, knee to left elbow. And then step the left foot down halfway down the mat. And then bring the right foot forward between your hands. Now the right foot's going to be your base. Put the weight to the right foot, belly to your right thigh. Draw the left knee to your chest and round your spine. Now look toward the back of the mat. Reach the crown of the head straight down. Point the left big toe toward the ceiling. And then we'll go toward vertical as much as possible from here. So with an inhale, reach that left leg straight up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Now put the weight to the right hand, lean right. With your left hand, take hold of your left foot. And then to take it further, pull down, kick into your left hand, and try to point the knee toward the ceiling. Just take this as far as you can with a stretch. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, release. Both hands down, left foot to the floor, and pull the right knee to your chest, round your spine. Now we just switched out feet, and we're going to take this up to standing. So when you're ready, take hold of the right knee. And let's bring this all the way up to vertical. Now once you're up, give yourself a moment here to breathe. So dig into the left big toe, keep your gaze forward. And then when you're ready, just bring the right hand to the right hip, left hand to your right knee. Keep the toes of the right foot pointed down. And open up your left palm on top of the right knee. Now without moving anything else, dip the right big toe to the floor. And then pull the knee up high. Big toe down again. And then bring the knee up. Big toe down. Pull the knee up high one more time. And then we'll take hold of that right knee with your left hand. Pull it up high, draw it in closer. All right, now slowly we're going to take it to a warrior three, both hands to your hips. Now hinge from the left hip, bend into your left knee. Extend the right leg straight back. And keep your body in line, maybe just hold yourself at an angle. Now if you can come down further, keep hinging from your left hip, but try to keep your body in line, try to keep your hips squared. And then when you're ready, bring both hands down and set the right foot down on the floor behind you, low lunge. Now from here, we'll take it down to Anjaneyasana. Right knee down, right foot flat behind. Sink your hips down, press them forward. When you're ready, with an inhale, open this up and reach your arms up high. Now let the hips sink down and forward. Bring your gaze up high and lengthen out the front of the right side from the right knee all the way through the shoulders. And just breathe here. Now I want to take this with a little bit of a side bend. So start to reach your hands over the left. Drop the left arm down, reach toward the floor, and look down the length of your left arm. Keep that right hip pulling forward. Now with an inhale, look forward, reach straight up through both arms. And then with the exhale, bring both hands down inside the left foot. Now move your hips back and forward and keep your hands planted. And then just settle yourself with your hips stacked over the right knee. Now keep the hands where they are, press into your palms. Lift your left heel. And then extend your left leg straight back as far as you can. Open up the hip. And then bring the left knee forward. Try to touch the left shoulder. Again, extend your left leg straight back. Open up the hip. Bring that knee forward toward your left shoulder. One more time. Left leg straight back. And then bring it forward, knee to left shoulder. And then set your left foot down outside your left hand. Now start to walk that left foot further forward with your hand still inside the left leg. And then press and left heel, point the toes up to the ceiling. Pull the left hip back and right hip forward. And this is good enough right here. Now if you want to take this further, you can slide that heel further forward. Try to touch your belly to the inside of the left thigh. And again, keep that tension. Left hip back, right hip forward. If you want to go further still, just a little bit of a twist. Half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face. Maybe draw the shoulder back and keep that left heel pulling toward you so you feel that stretch on the left leg. Just breathe with this here. All right, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bring both hands down inside your left leg. Now bend the left knee, bring the left foot behind the left hand, step the right foot forward behind the right. I want to come into that crow setup again. So palms down, spread your fingers out, grip the floor. Lift your heels and bring the knees to touch your arms. Now look forward, lean forward, just go slow, come to the edge of balance and keep looking forward and keep your grip. This is good enough right here. If you want to take it further, just lift your left foot for a moment and then set it back down. Lift your right foot for a moment and then bring your toes down. You can lean further to lift your feet if you like. But whenever you're ready, bring it through the Vinyasa. Step it back to plank. Bring your body in the line. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, set the knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward. Straighten the arms. Upward dog. And then with the exhale, belly pulls in. Hips up high to down dog. And then we'll take it through the next sequence from here. So with your next inhale, lift the right leg high behind you. And with the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale the right leg high. And then with the exhale, twist right knee to left elbow. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to right elbow. And then set the right foot down halfway down the mat. And step your left foot forward between your hands. So the left foot's going to be your base foot. Now bend your left knee, belly to your left thigh. Pull the right knee to your chest and around your spine. Now look toward the back of the mat. Crown of the head reaches toward the floor. Right big toe points up toward the ceiling. Now back and forth from here to get as vertical as possible. With an inhale, reach that right leg straight up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Now put the weight to the right hand. With your left hand, reach for the right foot. Now pull with your left hand and kick with the right foot. Try to point that right knee up as best you can. And breathe here. Keep your torso pulling down into the left thigh. Take an inhale. Now at the exhale, both hands down. Right foot comes to the mat. And then pull the left knee to your chest, round your spine. Now we'll take this up to standing. So slowly take hold of your left knee with both hands. And round this all the way up to standing. Now bring this all the way upright, bring your gaze forward, dig down into that right big toe. And then when you're ready, right hand to the right hip with your left hand, pull that left knee out to the side. And just breathe with us here. Now find your balance, slow your breathing down. You can always stay like this, and this is plenty. You can keep a bend in the right knee if you need it. Now if you can take it further, open up your left palm on top of the left knee. And then without moving anything else, dip the big toe down to the floor. And then drag the toe into center, bring it forward, left knee high, out to the side, big toe down, back to center, left knee high, to the side, big toe down, back to center, left knee high, to the side, big toe down, back to center, left knee high. Now just bring it to the side, take hold of the knee, stay balanced here. And then when you're ready, take an inhale. And with the exhale, left hand to your hip, step your left foot back. And you're going to open to the left side. And we're going to take this into a straddle stance. So just move around for a moment. Now everything's open to the left side of your mat. Heels in, toes out. You can go wider, narrower, whatever your hips allow. And straighten your legs here to start. Now hands to your low back. Interlace the fingers. Pull the palms together. Draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. And we're just going to take this down toward a halfway fold. You can always bend your knees if this gets to be too much at any point. So take an inhale, gaze up high. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Lead with your chest, just come down to parallel with the floor. Inhale, bring this all the way back up again. Exhale, hinge forward, just come halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up. Exhale, hinge forward and hold it halfway. And then reach your arms out wide. And again, you can always bend your knees. Now I'm going to take this back and forth into a twist. So take an inhale. And then with the exhale, left hand to your right leg, maybe bend the right knee, and reach your right arm high. With the inhale, come back to center, arms reach wide. With the exhale, twist left. Right hand to your left leg, left arm reaches high. Inhale, back to center, arms wide. Now with the exhale, twist this right again. Inhale, back to center. With your exhale, twist left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist right one more time, hold here. Now bend into the right knee. Take a half bind right on behind your back. Now with the palm facing away, pull your right shoulder back, look up. And with your left hand, keep pulling your torso into your right thigh. Now if you want to take it deeper, maybe try to straighten your right leg. Hips high, head low. But just take it to where you can. As long as you feel a stretch on the back of that right leg, you're doing fine. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your twist. Both hands to the floor. Now walk your hands over to the left side, inside your left leg. Now keep the palms down, deep bend the left knee. Keep the right leg as straight as you can. And your chest is going to face the floor. Now bend to the elbows. Try to sink low inside your left leg. And then to take this further, see about taking this with a bind. So reach your left arm underneath your left leg. That might be good enough already. And if you can take it further, left arm wraps around the left thigh, palm open behind you. Now, if you want to take the full bind, you can reach back with the right hand, find that grip. Keep your chest facing down, keep that left thigh squeezing in toward your side. You can move around, but just breathe with this. And keep that left leg pulled in toward you. And then take an inhale here. Now at the exhale, just release, bring both hands down to the floor. Now walk your hands over to the right side, all the way to the front of the mat, and slide your right foot back. Bring it behind the right hand, step your left foot forward behind the left. You want to come into that crow setup again. So press in your palms, dig your fingertips down, lift your heels. Bring the knees to touch your arms. And again, the setup itself is all we're after. You can take it further if you like. But grip the floor with your fingers. Look forward, start to lean, go slow. Now if you just want to play around with this, lift your right foot for a moment. Set the toes down. Lift the left foot for a moment. Set the toes down. Now if you want to balance it, maybe lean forward, try to lift the feet together. And then again from here, let's take it through the Vinyasa. When you're ready to step it back to high plank, take an inhale. Exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back, bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward, straighten your arms, upward facing dog. And then with the exhale, draw your belly in. Bring your hips up high to down dog. And just breathe here for a moment. Let's even that out on the other side. With your next inhale, raise your left leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, twist left knee to right elbow. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, knee to left elbow. And then set your left foot down halfway down the mat and step your right foot forward between your hands. Right foot to your base. Bend the right knee, pull the left knee to your chest, round to your spine. Now look toward the back of the mat, reach the top of your head toward the floor, point the left big toe toward the ceiling. Again, as vertical as you can go. With an inhale, reach that left leg straight up. Exhale, curl in. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, curl in. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, curl in one more time. Now put the weight to your left hand. With your right hand, reach for your left foot. Now pull down, kick into your hand at the same time. Try to point the left knee toward the ceiling. Just take the stretch and breathe. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, release. Both hands down, left foot to the floor. Lift the right foot, pull the right knee to your chest, round your spine. Now take hold of the right knee this time. And let's take this all the way up to standing. Now give yourself a moment to find your balance here. Dig into that left big toe. Keep your gaze forward. And then when you're ready, left hand to your left hip. With your right hand, pull the knee out to the side and just point the toes straight down. Now this is good enough right here. If you can go further, open up the right palm above the right knee. Just keep that hand in place. And only moving your right leg. Dip the big toe down to the floor. Drag it into center. Right knee high. Out to the side. Big toe down. Back to center. Knee up high. To the side. Big toe down. Back to center. Right knee high. To the side. Big toe down. Back to center. Knee up high. To the side. Big toe down. Back to center. Right knee high. To the side. Big toe down. Back to center. Right knee high. To the side. Now just keep it here. Hold on to the right knee. And then take this slow. Right hand to hip. Bend the left knee, step the right foot back and open to your right side. You might lose your balance a little bit here. But again, we're going to take that straddle stance. So just feel this out and see how far you want to go. Heels in, toes out, legs spread apart to whatever your hips allow. Try to straighten your legs. You can always bend your knees if you need to, keep in mind. Now again, from here, hands to your low back. Find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back, keep your chest open, and then take an inhale. With the exhale, slowly hinge from the hips, come down toward halfway, lead with your chest. Inhale, bring this all the way upright. Exhale, hinge this forward just toward halfway down. Inhale, bring this all the way up. And then with the exhale, hinge forward again just toward halfway. Now keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your spine long. You can always bend your knees, keep in mind. Reach the arms out wide and we're going to go back and forth from here to a twist. So take an inhale. Now with the exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to your left leg, left arm high. You can always bend your knees. Inhale back to center, reach your arms out wide. Now with the exhale, twist this right. Inhale back to center. With your exhale, twist left again. Inhale up to center. And then with the exhale, twist right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist left one more time, hold here. Now bend the left knee as much as you need to, but with your right hand, pull your torso into your left leg. Reach your left arm high, take a half bind. Bring that left arm behind your back, try to pull the shoulder back. And just breathe with us here. Again, you can bend that left knee as much as you like. Hips high, head still low. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your twist. Bring both hands to the floor. Now walk your hands over to the right side, inside the right foot. Press your palms down. Now bend deeper into the right knee. Sink low inside the right thigh. You can always bend the left knee as well if you need to. Bend into the elbows. Now if this is good enough, stay here. Squeeze the right thigh in toward your side. And if you want to take this further, if you want to take a bind, go ahead and reach that right arm underneath the right leg. Palm open behind you. Squeeze the right thigh in close. Maybe wrap the left arm from the other side and see about finding that grip behind you. Your chest is facing down, right thigh squeezing in. Just breathe with us here. And then take an inhale. Now with the exhale, release. Bring both hands down to the floor. Now turn to your left side. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. And then left foot comes behind the left hand. Right foot steps forward behind the right. And we'll take it back into that crow setup again. So palms down, hands at shoulder width. Grip the floor with your fingers. Lift your heels and bring the knees to touch your arms. Now look forward. Start to lean forward, but go slow. And if you want to play around with this, and you can always stay here, keep in mind, maybe just lift the left foot and then set the toes down. Maybe lift your right foot and then set the toes down. And if you want to take it further, keep looking forward. Maybe lean forward to lift both feet. Just take it the way you like. And when you're ready, let's take it through one more vinyasa. Bring yourself back to plank. And then take an inhale. Exhale, set your knees down. Shoulders forward, elbows back. Bring your chin and chest down low. With the inhale, pull your chest forward. Straighten the arms. Upward facing dog. And then with the exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your hips up out of down dog. Now from down dog, let's take this to half pigeon. Take an inhale, raise your right leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Right knee behind the right wrist. Right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten your left foot, straighten your left leg. Pull the left hip forward and keep it in line with the right. And just sink your weight straight down. Now look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. And you can stay upright like this, but keep the hips squared. Now, if you want to settle in, and most people want to relax, you can bring the elbows down, maybe not all the way to the floor, and just be sure you don't feel any sort of twinge in that right knee. Now, if you need to back off from the pose, you can always pull the right heel in toward your pelvis, so you don't have to force this, keep in mind. But keep the left hip pulling forward and both hips sinking down, and just breathe with this for a moment. Now from here, if your hands are forward, walk them back in. And once the hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back your hips up over your left knee. And step your right foot down between your hands. We're going to take this into a half split again. This is going to be a bit more front to back. So keep your belly touching your right thigh. Walk your right foot forward. And then whenever you're ready, just press into the right heel, point your toes up toward the ceiling, pull your right hip back and left hip forward. Now, if you do this with a bent leg, that's fine, as long as you feel a stretch in the back of the right thigh. You can slide that heel further forward, but keep your belly touching your thigh as much as you can. You're trying to tilt your pelvis forward, press your low back forward, keeping your core engaged, so that the back of the right leg can relax. Now, if you want to take this further, press into your right hand. Maybe bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg, and maybe use that grip to pull your torso further down. Just take this to where you need to here and breathe. Now take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this stretch, both hands down. Bring the right knee to the floor. And then from all fours, go ahead, tuck your toes, lift your knees up, bring your hips high. And let's take those poses on the other side. With an inhale, raise your left leg high when you're ready. And with the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind you, left wrist or ankle somewhere behind the right. Bring the right knee down, flatten the right foot behind you. And sink the hips down low. Keep your hips squared. Right hip pulls forward as both hips sink down. You can always pull that left heel toward your pelvis, especially if you feel any twinge in the knee. But again, just sink low. You can keep this upright. You can always go deeper in extension. And if you want to settle in, maybe come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way, but just breathe into this here. All right, now if your hands are forward, walk them back in. Once your hands are close enough, pull your belly in, back your hips up over the right knee, and bring your left foot down between your hands. And again, we're going to take it toward that half split. Now try to keep your belly touching your left thigh. Walk your left foot forward, and then whenever you're ready, press into the heel, point the toes up toward the ceiling. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward, and look for the stretch on the back of the left thigh. Now you can stay here with a bent knee, and that's fine. You can do it with a straight leg. But again, keep your belly touching your thigh. Press your low back forward. Press your belly to the thigh. Let the back of the left leg relax. If you want to take it further, press into your left hand. Maybe bring the right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. And you can use that grip to draw your torso further down over your left leg. And just take this to where you can. Breathe into the stretch. All right, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, come up out of the stretch, both hands down. Bring the left knee to the floor, come into all fours. And then walk your knees forward to just behind your hands. We're going to take this into Camel Pose. This is going to be kneeling. Now, when you come up, you can set this up with the feet flat behind you. That's why I always do this. And if you prefer, you can always tuck your toes. Whatever you do, bring your hands to your hips, squeeze your glutes, and press your hips forward. Now, you can bring the hands to the backs of your legs. You can set them like they're in back pockets. You can bring them to the low back. Wherever you put the hands, be sure you're pulling the elbows toward each other and drawing your shoulders back. So you want to keep a long arc from the knees all the way through to the shoulders. Glutes engaged, hips pressed forward. Keep your spine long. Draw the shoulders back and keep your chest open. When you're ready, just walk your gaze up the wall in front of you, and then bring it all the way up to the ceiling, and find the point in the ceiling that's directly above. Now check in. Press your hips forward, keep them pressed forward, release your shoulders to the floor, and this is plenty right here. If you want to go a little bit further back, you can keep walking your gaze along the ceiling, maybe look for the back wall. And if you want to go further still, you can release your hands and maybe find your heels behind you. Now wherever you take this to, still keep the glutes engaged to ground your spine, still press your hips forward. Let the shoulders relax and open up your chest, And just keep your breath long and smooth here. And then as you're ready, walk your gaze along the ceiling. Find the front wall. And come all the way down to sitting on your heels for a moment. Now, if you took this deep and if the blood's rushed from your head and things look dark, just chill out for a little bit longer. If you're ready to move on, bring your legs out from underneath you and come all the way down onto your back. Now, once you're down, draw your knees into your chest and squeeze everything in for a moment. And we're going to take a supine twist variation here. So go ahead and bring your left foot to the floor and cross your right leg tightly over the left. This is going to be like an eagle bind. So squeeze the legs together tight, arms out at your sides, keep your shoulders down. Now when you're ready, tuck your left hip underneath you. Keep the legs squeezing as the knees sink down to the left side. And use that left leg to press the right leg down. Now shoulders stay down, bring your gaze over to the right side. If you need to take it further, you can use the left hand, maybe press your knees down a little bit further still, just until you feel the twist and feel that stretch, outer right hip toward your low back. Take an inhale. Now with your exhale, just come back to center. And then go ahead and switch this out. Reverse the cross your legs. Right foot to the floor, left leg crosses over the right. And then once you're ready, tuck the right hip underneath you. Keep both shoulders down. Let your knees sink down to the right side as the legs squeeze. Now use the right leg to pull the left leg down. And keep your gaze left. Now you're looking for the stretch outer left hip toward your low back. If you need more, you can always use the right hand to press your knees a little bit further down. But just breathe into your twist here. And take an inhale. And with the exhale, come back to center. Undo the cross your legs. Bring your knees into your chest side by side and squeeze down. And let's take this to happy baby. Reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. Stack your ankles above your knees and pull down on both sides. Now try to draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs and press your feet back up into your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. Flatten your spine, sink your tailbone toward the floor. And you can rock this side to side if you like. And if you want to take it further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, from wherever you are, take a deep inhale here, draw it down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open your palms toward the ceiling. And just let your eyes close here and let your body settle into the mat for a moment. Now when you're ready, start to move again here bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And then stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then draw everything back in. Bring the elbows toward your chest, pull your knees up as well. And then just find your way up to a comfortable seat. Now ground yourself into the mat here, stack your spine. And then bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale, hold on to it at the top. And then just let everything go. I thank you for joining class. Namaste.